From 9 News, this is your news today.
Good morning and welcome. Coming up this Tuesday, the alleged Bondi gunman transferred to a Supermax prison amid fears for his safety. Plus, several people found guilty of cyberbullying France's First Lady. And swanky sushi. You won't believe how much this giant bluefin tuna just sold for.
We begin with breaking news. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife have pleaded not guilty to drugs and weapons charges. Maduro was paraded in front of television cameras on his way to court, flanked by federal agents. Our team is at the courthouse and on the Venezuelan border. First to Reed Butler in New York City. Reed, tense scenes there as this major event unfolded.
Yeah, because we've had pro-Maduro demonstrators clashing with those who want him to remain behind bars. The NYPD, they've had to step in to prevent these outbursts from happening, and it appears they have been successful at this point. There's only a few protesters who remain here. Now, inside the Manhattan courtroom a short time ago, calmer scenes. Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores, they appeared for the first time since their surprise arrest. Celia Flores had injuries, bruises on her face sustained during that military operation. It is understood she might have been taken to hospital following this court appearance. Both said they were innocent of all drug charges against them, and Nicolas Maduro said he still considered himself to be the Venezuelan president. They will return to court in March, but it is going to be a very lengthy legal battle and a hard-fought legal battle. Maduro and his legal team are convinced that the former Venezuelan president will soon be free.
Reed, thank you.
Now to Lauren Tomasi at Venezuela's border with Colombia. Lauren, as this unfolds, a lot of uncertainty where you are.
Yeah, there is, Joel, and we've just had some breaking news in this hour about the relationship between the United States and Venezuela. Donald Trump is now considering reopening a US embassy in Caracas. That in itself would be a huge step forward and a new chapter in the relationship between Venezuela and the United States. He hasn't made that final call, but State Department diplomats are now standing by in preparation. Here at the border, so much more uncertainty among people. You can see the Colombian tanks behind me. The military has been rolled out, and the Colombian president this morning issuing a warning to Donald Trump that if the US president makes any attempt of military action here in Colombia, then this country is prepared to take up arms. On just the other side of the border behind me, Venezuela is now issuing a decree warning that anyone involved in this US attack or anyone with knowledge of it will be arrested on the spot. Joel.
Lauren, live on the Venezuelan border. Thank you.
Politicians are rushing to get laws into place in response to the Bondi terror attack, with Parliament expected to return early. Live to 9 Federal Politics reporter Amanda Kopp in Canberra. Amanda, good morning. What laws are being fast-tracked?
Well, Ali, laws that will bring in tougher constraints and punishment for people engaging in hate speech are at the top of the priority list, as well as stricter gun laws too. But it's quite complex legislation, so the public servants down here in Canberra have been working through the holiday period to try and get it up to scratch. Parliament was due to begin in early February, but the expectation now is that politicians will return before Australia Day. The opposition leader, Susan Lee, says that she's discussed it with the Prime Minister, but doesn't have an exact date yet. And just quickly, we have an update on where the alleged Bondi attacker is right now. It's being reported that Naveed Akram has been moved from Sydney to Goulburn and is in the state's Supermax prison. Ali?
Amanda Kopp, thank you.
10 people have been convicted of cyberbullying France's First Lady, Brigitte Macron. Live to Europe correspondent Hannah Sinclair. Hannah, they spread false claims online.
That's right, Joel. 8 men and 2 women have been found guilty of making malicious comments about Brigitte Macron, falsely claiming she is a transgender woman who was born a man. Some of the cyberbullies also took aim at the age gap between France's First Lady, who is 72 years old, and her husband, French President Emmanuel Macron, who is 48, equating it to pedophilia. The couple first met during high school when she was a teacher and he was a student. This guilty verdict, a victory for the Macrons, who are also pursuing a US defamation lawsuit against right-wing influencer Candace Owens, who has also voiced conspiracy theories about Ms Macron's gender. Joel?
Hannah, thank you. $1 million sushi is on the menu in Japan after a massive bluefin tuna sold at auction for a whopping $4.47 million. Along with the hefty price tag came its hefty weight, clocking in at 243 kilograms. The giant fish auction is a New Year staple at Tokyo's Toyoso Fish Market, and soon after this one was sold, it was chopped up and served to waiting customers.
Sushi yum. From sushi to seaweed, and it's taken over Sydney beaches, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Live to today's Sydney reporter Gabrielle Boyle, who is at DY. Gabby, the council says it's here to stay.
Yeah, Sydney is known for its crystal clear waters and golden beaches, but at the moment a couple of them are looking pretty ordinary, including DY, where I join you from this morning. That's because we've had a massive dump of seaweed in recent days. In some parts here, it's up to 1.5 metres deep. And the debate is on about what to do with it. In the past few days, it hasn't mattered too much because we've had pretty ordinary weather, grey skies and a bit of rain, so no one's really been that keen to have a swim. But we've got a heat wave on the way, which means these beaches are set to be packed. And at the moment, as it stands here in DY, well, at this end of the beach at least, you wouldn't want to be throwing a towel out because there is literally no sand. It is just thick with seaweed. So should the council be bringing in a tractor and getting rid of it, or should it stay? Here in DY, they're saying it has to stay because of the ecosystem. But at other beaches across Sydney, it gets tractored away. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it might be time to move it on just quietly, Gabby. Seaweed, heat wave, not a great
It's stinky.
combination. It will be very stinky. I think we'll be sticking to the public pools. Thank you, Gabby. Now, we've all seen coffee shop raves after a sweaty session at a run club, of course, but how about a convenience store rave? Next Saturday, the car park of 7-Eleven in the Melbourne inner city suburb of Brunswick will transform, meaning you might be treated to scenes like these when filling up your car with petrol. Headlined by a range of DJs, tickets for this world first is, you guessed it, $7.11. Victorian pubs have given pots the punt and are instead starting to serve schooners. A border battle is brewing with the glassware long served at New South Wales bars slowly creeping over the border. Victorian publicans insisting the sale of pots in the state is declining. One theory is schooners offer more bang for your buck and more beer. Opponents are saying a pot is smaller and so stays cooler for longer.
I say drink wine.
I say drink wine too.
Just make sure it's cold. Just make sure it's cold.
Absolutely.
However big, just keep filling it up. Whatever.
Cocktail or two would be fine too.
Good options.
Yeah.
All right, well, the Ashes are usually packed with confrontation, but this series has been unusually calm until, that is, the SCG.
Marnus Labuschagne clearly getting under the skin of England's captain Ben Stokes after asking him to leave the field due to cloudy conditions.
And Ben Stokes having a crack at the batsman saying, what do you want to go off for? Oh, a little bit of confrontation. Just thought he was going to get him in a headlock there.
Bit passive-aggressive, wasn't it?
A little bit of a strong pat on the back. Stokes had the last laugh, sending the Aussie number 3 back to the pavilion for 48 just before stumps.
Taking a look at the weather across the country, widespread showers are forecast for much of Queensland today, whilst cloud is hovering over the cities of Sydney, Canberra and Hobart.
And Adelaide and Perth can expect a warm and sunny Tuesday.